इससे पहले कि हम पॉलिसी ब्रीफ्स के कंपोनेंट्स को डिस्कस करें, वी शुड नो दैट पॉलिसी ब्रीफ्स आर बेसिकली रिटन फॉर परसुएडिंग द डिसीजन मेकर्स एंड दोज पीपल हु कैन इन्फ्लुएंस द डिसीजन मेकर्स to select a particular choice which has come out of the findings of policy research. So it's very important that policy briefs are persuasive documents, and you should remember that those policy briefs which persuade decision makers to adopt a particular course of action, they are more effective than those policy briefs which present very good information, very good conclusions, but they are lower at the scale of persuasion. So persuasion is very, very important for all of the policy briefs. You should answer the question to yourself while writing policy briefs. What value does this have for me, this whole document? And you should tell the reader about the urgency of the situation, why a particular problem which has been chosen for this policy brief which you are writing, why this problem is urgent, why this is important to be addressed at this particular moment. And you should also know what are the benefits and advantages of writing the policy brief which you are writing at a given moment. And you should also tell your reader the benefits which they will accrue if they read your policy brief. And instead of describing research, you should focus on what does this whole policy brief mean in terms of policy, in terms of decision making, in terms of society, in terms of knowledge. So it's very, very important. The central question in persuasion is that what does this whole exercise mean? इसका पूरा मतलब क्या है? इसकी बजाय कि findings क्या हैं, but what this whole exercise is going to contribute. इससे फ़ायदा क्या होगा? इससे हमें किस मसले की समझ आई है और वो मसला कैसे हल हो सकता है. तो अगर हम ये कर लें तो हमें पता चल जाएगा कि what does this whole exercise mean in terms of problems, solutions and knowledge on a particular policy. एक एक्सरसाइज के तौर पर आप अगर अपनी परसुएशन पावर्स को बेहतर बनाना चाहते हैं पॉलिसी ब्रीफ्स में, तो यू शुड यूज़ टर्म्स लाइक राइजिंग वायलेंस. से अगर आप सोशल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पे या वायलेंस पे लिख रहे हैं, टेररिज्म पे लिख रहे हैं, और अगर आप इन्वायरमेंट के प्रॉब्लम्स पे लिख रहे हैं तो टर्म्स लाइक लॉस ऑफ फ्रेश वाटर और राइजिंग एक्सीडेंट्स, अगर आप एक्सीडेंट्स पे या ट्रैफिक मैनेजमेंट के इश्यूज पे लिख रहे हैं, तो यू शुड यूज़ टर्म्स विच एक्चुअली अट्रैक्ट पीपल towards your arguments and which are powerful expressions and which are very precise and which tell something about a given problem. Okay, and then you should highlight the benefits of the solutions you offer. And better persuasion requires writing very clear objectives and purposes. For example, if you are writing a policy brief or you are summarizing your research on a particular issue, you can write 2 sentences to guide the writing of whole of the document. If you write 2 sentences in the beginning that my purpose of writing this policy brief is to reduce this problem, or the purpose of my policy brief is to suggest recommendations for reducing environmental hazards in the city of Lahore, this objective or this precise statement will actually help you keep focus on your arguments. You should try to write in clear and plain language, because the jargon and the terms and the technical language actually distracts people, and it really makes very difficult for ordinary people and non-specialists to read your document, understand it and act on the recommendations you propose. So in order to make your documents more persuasive, you have to be plain, very clear, specific and focused on the issue. And the last thing you must remember while writing policy briefs, that your arguments should be very clear and highly understandable for your readers.